Very good morning to you all. Hope you can hear us okay. Thanks for joining us. If you can just pop a thumbs up or a message in the chat that you can hear us all okay. Fabulous. Lovely to see your faces this morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning. And gents, I should say, there's some popping in. Fab, let us know where you're joining us in the world today as well. It'd be great to see where you're joining from. We are in London. Good morning, Carol. Carol's here today.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
We're in our London office today, so waiting for the sun to come out yet. Let's have a quick look what we've got. We've got London, Essex. Where else are you all from today? Chester, Wales, Bristol, Scotland, Cape Town. Someone's in Cape Town. Fabulous. Devon, Wolverhampton, Australia. I've got someone from Australia. Wow, guys, we're going worldwide. We're international this morning, Carol.
I want to know what the weather's like in Australia and Cape Town.
Yes,
Cape
please.
Town is should be autumn time there now for both. Is it autumn coming into their
Yeah,
winter?
I think so. Yes.
Let
But we'll
us
give it,
know,
yeah, let us know.
whoever's in Cape Town and Australia. I'm pretty sure. Where are we now? We are July.
July.
No, it's midwinter, not autumn. It should be midwinter for them.
Wow. We'll just get another minute or so, guys, just for a few more to join us. We had a huge registration, so on this, just give it another minute or so. I think lots of people are excited today, Carol, to hear from you.
No pressure.
No pressure. Fab, a few more coming in. Just while we're waiting, guys, and there is a QR code on the screen. So I'll come on to incentives towards the end, but if you scan that, it just lets us know that you were here, and then you'll be put into the prize draw, which I will touch on at the end. But I would encourage as many of you as possible, if you're on today, scan this QR code, log that you were here this morning, and you'll be entered into the prize draw. Another minute. If you're on your mobile, we'll pop a link in the chat for you, not to worry, so you can register yourself. We've got the lovely Michelle from marketing team behind the scenes who will pop that in for you. Just a few more coming in, so just bear with us. There we go, a few more in there. A big good morning, guys, for those of you that have just joined. We'll be starting shortly. If you can scan that QR code just to register that you were here today, we'll make sure you get entered into our exciting prize draw, which I'll touch on at the end of the webinar. Fabulous. I see a few more coming in.
Do you want to? Should we get going? Because if we record it, then people
Perfect.
can watch back and not
Yes.
keep everyone else waiting.
Absolutely. Right, guys. Well, good morning for those of you that are here with us live. I'm Manisha. I'm the trade marketing manager at Not in the Guidebooks. And today we've got Carol. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, everybody.
And she's going to be giving us a practical guide today about selling immersive travel. So you are really in for a treat today. There will be a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat box so we can go through them. And this webinar is being recorded as well. So you can share with colleagues or listen back as you wish. So without further ado, over to you, Carol.
Shall I get going then? Okay, so hello, good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Carol, and I'm the CEO and founder of Not in the Guidebooks. Our business was built on the premise that we wanted to help travel agents sell the most memorable experiential trips easily. I started in December 2019, obviously not knowing that the world would stop 3 months later. But because of the amazing team around me and the support from travel agents through a crowdfunding campaign and investors, we've continued to grow. And today I've been asked by Manisha to talk to people about how you should best sell experiential trips. And to be honest with you, a lot of the information I'm going to share with you comes from other travel agents just doing things really, really well. So if I can work out how the system works, I am going to tell you what I'm going to talk about. I'm first of all going to tell you why it matters. Then I'm going to go on and spend some time covering my thoughts on how the best travel agents I've seen sell experiential travel. And I'm going to finish off with what we do and what we're building to help you. The great thing about experiential travel, and this I've definitely seen when I've talked to supporters and investors and had to research the sector is this is a growing sector. More and more people are looking for different interesting holidays with stories to bring home. It'd be really interesting if people can either react or put things in the chat just to say whether or not they are seeing any more requests for experiential travel. And I'm sure Michelle and Manisha will kind of combine it afterwards. But we're seeing definitely people are asking us, we're talking to people, and a lot of people are saying, I don't just want to go and fly and flop. I want to go and really meet the people, understand where I'm going, and find the very best places to go. According to Visit Britain, travellers are increasingly seeking experiences that authentically connect them with local culture, people, and places. And they've identified experience like a local as one of the major consumer travel trends for 2026. And why this really matters to you is because this is something that is not easily price compared, not easily generated by AI, and not easily obtained online. This is where you add value. So, today's clients have more information than ever. And again, I don't know if this impacts you, but a lot of people come to us and go, I've built this itinerary online. Can you match it? I've built this AI. I've got this from ChatGPT. They can compare hundreds of hotels online and find endless inspiration on social media. But that's not what the best travel advisors do. Technology can provide information. It generally promotes what is written on the internet. So what is published, not what's new, what's small, or what's hidden. AI can give you suggestions, but not recommend what's best for your clients. AI doesn't really know first-hand knowledge that a local host can provide you. Which guide is brilliant with first timers? It can't build trust. It can't understand what's important to a client or recommend that it's going to be going what's going to be the highlight of their holiday. It also can't deal with things quickly if things go wrong or handle complexity like multi-generational family activities. Now, things might evolve, but at the moment, the thing that really, really sets you apart is the connection with local people, the knowledge and the hand-on, complete trust and support. Your value isn't booking the holiday, it's creating and connecting unforgettable experiences. And that's exactly what we're here to talk about today and where we can help you. So, the 6 things, and I'm sure there are more because we really started kind of thinking about this when Manisha asked me to talk about all of this. I'm sure there are more, and I'm sure you can throw in some thoughts. In fact, it'd be lovely at the end as I'm talking. If there are other things that you can add to this, please do either add it on the chat or talk to us afterwards, because we want to build this up and share best practice with you guys and amongst you guys. So these are our 6. First of all, it's about knowing your customer. Secondly, inspiring them out of their comfort zone, breaking down misconceptions, talking to them about best times to go to a place, creating absolutely areas, local access, people. So you're not just going and visiting a place or seeing a place, but you really are getting under the skin of the place. And bringing out the benefits of sustainability in a way where people care. So know your customer first. It's not intended for me to teach grandmothers to suck eggs, or however that saying goes, but to share my experience where some of the best agents shine. By understanding who your customer is, what's important to them, how active they are, what interests them, how much activity versus relaxation will help take one of our itineraries or any itinerary from an ordinary holiday into something extra special for your client, so that they not only come back for more, but they tell all their friends about it. We focus on 4 main profiles. I know there is a 5th, but I'm not talking about that group today. Our main focus are trips for these segments. The first 2 are basically people like me. I built this company um, for the first two segments because that's what I wanted in a holiday. I started when my three boys were teenagers, and I wanted to have holidays with them where they weren't just sitting around the pool on their mobile phones, not engaging. I wanted to organize things that were exciting and interesting enough for us to share and enjoy together. And I've met so many travelers along the way who want to have holidays that their kids will remember. I've talked to other parents, well, mainly mums, to be honest with you, although okay, I could debate this, but I know with my husband, he's saying, can you just let the kids go and stop coming on holiday with us? But I know loads of people who are saying, I want to bring my kids on holiday before they stop wanting to come with us. I want to do something that they'll remember before they up and leave. Um, and then when they do up and leave, there's the really special trips that is that we go on and explore now where I don't have kids with me. I just go on with my husband, and there is a whole group of people who are looking for trips where they will go and what we call bucket list trips, where they will go and explore and discover different parts of the world. And then there is a significant number of travellers who are double income no kids. Whatever their situation in life, whether it's pre-kid professionals or whether it's people who, are living together and want to go and discover the world and experience something new, things they just wouldn't do when they're at home. And finally, honeymooners. This generation who want to experience amazing adventures before they relax on the beach. So those are the four categories of customers that our trips cater for. Okay, moving on. With these customers, the first thing I want to suggest is that you can use whatever media channels you have to inspire your customers to think differently. It's about using stories, using testimonials, videos, and images that get people to think and to imagine themselves on an experience so that they say, I really want to do this. Even showcasing things that would challenge them. That particular image was something that I did, and I think we might have this in a video coming on for my 60th when I went to Argentina. And I must say, I was absolutely scared witless. I'm delighted I did it, but it definitely was something that took me out of my comfort zone. So if you showcase the art of the possible, the best things you can do in that destination that people wouldn't be able to do at home, it really tells a story and it gets people to think about immersing themselves, getting under the skin of the destination, meeting the people, tasting the food, experiencing unique activities in the place that you're visiting, going just around the corner to where the locals go. That's really the story and the images that you want to portray to your customers. So let me just play this video as an example of the kind of things that we can showcase. And Manisha will tell you about this afterwards. All of this we've captured with videos to be able to share with you so that you can share with your customers to inspire them. Put your thumb up if you can hear me.
Yes.
There's me on that ice thing. So what we really want to do is inspire our customers to see the most amazing experiences. They're not just going to a place, but they're actually going to experience the best things that are local to the area. They're going to taste the food. They're going to go to where the locals go. They're going to do things that they wouldn't do at home. And that, I think, gets them to think much more broadly and often by showcasing something that might just take them outside of their comfort zone. A lot of people will go, "Oh, I'm not quite sure about this." Um, and that's where breaking misconception comes in. There are those customers who need a little nudge. I know when Debbie, our sales director, first joined me, she would never have thought of taking her family to stay in a homestay. She was all inclusive all the way. And it really is about saying, okay, you're going to do this on your holiday, but for one night, try something different. So, a lot of people might say, "Oh, I don't know, I might feel awkward." And it's about explaining to them that, it's guided. There are hosts that are going to take you through whatever experience. Or if they say, "Actually, I'm really not sure about staying in someone's home," it's explaining to the customers that a lot of the people that we work with have chosen to open up their homes to people. And it's very different. You're not going to walk into somebody's home and, they're going to be sitting there watching TV or something. This is about people who want to share their culture, their food, and the beautiful views that they've got. I've got a little video of um, Debbie's homestay that she stayed in. Um, it might be, I'm worried about going on these trips because people don't speak the language. Well, we'll make sure that you've got guides who bridge every conversation. And often, if they look at certain things, they might not want to do all of it, but our itineraries are flexible and they can take things out. But it's about showing them what they can do, because once they've done it once, they're then going to get more and more adventurous. So this was Debbie's homestay. And honestly, to me, this isn't a homestay. This looks like a what we would call a B&B, but it's what they look at as a homestay. I mean, look at the most amazing view. She just said, she woke up and sort of sat on the swing with the family there and had the most amazing view overlooking the waterfall. I think once Debbie had actually experienced it, it was the most memorable part of her stay in Sri Lanka. And now she would definitely include it in any itinerary to truly immerse herself in the place that they're going, even if only for one night, and then going back to the kind of 4 or 5 star hotels. So it is really lovely thing to do. And then another example, one of our clients said, "I'm just not into bird watching." Um, thought it'd be really, really boring. I know that when I went to Belize, I saw the most amazing flamingo kind of just crowd. I don't know what you call a flock of flamingos, but just taking off on on the lake. And it's these kind of things that you just don't even know until you've experienced them. Um, okay, so we've talked about really inspiring them, breaking down any misconceptions. The other thing is about talking to people about different types of times of the year to go to various places. So think of Lapland. We sell so many trips for Christmas, but really, if you've not got young kids, it's definitely not the best time to go. Um, I've been lucky enough to go 3 times to Lapland, and without doubt, the best time to go is end of February, beginning of March, where the days are longer, the sky is bluer, the northern lights is more likely to be seen because you've got less clouds. It's definitely the best season. And I went to Greece and was blown away by how warm and lovely the weather was in October, 25 to 30 degrees. The sea was warm from the summer. The place had an amazing vibe, but it was not packed. And then Costa Rica in the rainy season, again, just the word rainy season. I think they've changed it from rainy season to green season. But I assure it's rainy, but not like here. It's warm rain that lasts a couple of hours, and the rest of the day is beautiful sunshine, and the landscape is lush, and the animals are more visible. So much better time to go. So it really depends on who you're talking to and what they're looking for in a holiday. A lot of people are looking for much more so now coolcations, I think they call it, which is just thinking about different things. So you're not going to sweltering hot holidays in summertime. Norway, Iceland, Scotland, places like that. So it's really interesting to think about how you can inspire your customers to think differently. Um, okay, fifth point. For me, I am an absolute passionate traveler, as you would imagine, as I'm sure you all are, because everybody, working in this industry, loves it and has a passion for travel. But I've always thought I can just do it myself. And really, for me, it's about the local guides is really what makes the trip. I remember going on a trip to Valencia with Debbie. And I turned around to her. In fact, this was just sort of during the COVID time. And my husband said, "Shall I come with you?" I went, "No, no, no, let me go and have a look and I'll see what it's like and then I'll let you know." And I said at the end of it, "It's like meh, not great." And Debbie said, "What do you mean it's not great? It was amazing." She's definitely taking her family back. She went with a local guide round and did a cycling tour. She did a food and wine tapas tour, and she went up into the mountains and saw this waterfall that was a horizontal waterfall. Whereas I took myself off and missed all the sights. I kind of thought, well, I can do this myself. I missed all the really cool sights that the locals would take you to. Um, so, a trip to Sri Lanka can be Googled and benchmarked in 5 minutes, but the specific point of where to fish or the trail where our guide knows where the elephants come down to drink at 4 p.m. can't be found so easily. So, and when we talk about kind of local experiences, I think it's really important to recognize that we're not trying to get people to miss all the highlights. It's about making sure that when you go somewhere, you're not going to go to India and not see the Taj Mahal. But when you go there, you want to be able to see the iconic spaces, but know that you've really got to experience the place properly. Most people are only going to go to these bucket places once. And it's taking people alongside the iconic trips to the hidden gems, to a place that they otherwise wouldn't find, to a pottery place that, is only the local host knows on the route towards somewhere. So for me, this is about getting the local insight into a place. And the best way I would recommend to start is with a walking food trip with a local host that knows the place, helps you orientate yourself around the city so that you can really jump into the culture and the cuisine of the place that you're visiting. Let me show you a couple of videos. Hopefully the sound's on now.
I am Franklin, I'm from Arequipa. It's the white city, the best city in Peru.
Now, I know this sounds really barking mad, but actually that gave me goosebumps because I remembered every single story of that. And what was amazing about going to Peru, I can just talk to you for hours, but I've only got a small amount of time. Anyone who wants to book a Peru trip can call me later. Um, the most amazing thing was that we went to different places along the country, and each place had a local guide who lived there. It wasn't somebody who came along on the whole trip with me, but it was people. So when we were at the Colca Canyon, we were with somebody who actually lived in the village and took us to go and see the condors. I walked with these women who were so much fitter than me, with llamas up in the Sacred Valley to go and exercise the llamas. And they created lunch for me by digging a hole in the ground and baking potatoes underneath the fire, which took 20 minutes. Who knew you could do that without a microwave? It was absolutely amazing opportunity. And all of this, starting with that woman that you saw at the beginning of the video, who took me to round the city, but we tasted food along the way. And if you've never been to Peru, I was blown away by the food there. So it's things that you just wouldn't know, and they're taking you along. And this is, and I don't know about you, but this is what you can take and use to share with your clients or with future clients to really inspire them to think of doing things that are a little different. Let's see what this one. This was when we went to Argentina. I hated this. And I loved that. This, when I say I hated it, I was really nervous about going on the glacier with the crampons. I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't do it again. And I ended with a 6-year-old whiskey with 100-year-old ice. Stories that you absolutely remember. It's not the hotel, it's not the place, it's the stories that you come back with, and that's what you can showcase to inspire people. So let me just move on. Sri Lanka is an example. I didn't just want to show my own trips. Hang on a minute, let me just have a sip of water. Hang on. I'm not going to be able to talk now. Of course, they saw all the big highlights, but at the moment she talks about were the smaller ones, waving to tea pickers as she walked through the hills, sitting down for lunch with a local in Colombo, learning how traditional medicine oils are made in a rural village, staying with locals in the homestay, and visiting a much less touristy safari and still seeing all the wildlife, including leopards, without the hundreds of jeeps and, of course, the amazing train journey. Those experiences were what gave her a real connection to the country, and it's what we do across every one of our Not in the Guidebooks holiday. We include iconic sites, but we also weave in the hidden gems and local moments that make the trip feel really, truly personal. Keep trying. Finally, sustainability. We're B Corp, but I'm a really big believer that most travellers don't buy sustainability. We don't sell sustainability. Sustainability is what we do so that you know that all these trips are looked after and managed carefully on your behalf. What we do sell is the authenticity and the feel-good factor of knowing that you are eating local produce and the money goes right back to the locals that the people care about and that can continue to create these trips. And more, especially younger generation, buy from ethical companies and care about climate change. But often most people forget about their principles when they go on holiday. So it's not about preaching to people, it's about the language you use. It's about explaining what makes this holiday better. It's locally owned, it's family-run accommodation, it's supporting community-led tourism where you really get to experience what's going on in the destination. It's observation-only wildlife because that's the way to go and see wildlife. And I'll show you some kind of do's and don'ts. And lots of these things we share with you as material that you can put out on your socials. And for me, it's not so much supporting local guides and hosts because we're not doing them a favour, they're doing us a favour. It's about them letting us into their home. So, these are a lot of the stuff that we've got that you can request from Manisha and Michelle. It's about helping to show people, what's the right way and just for them to know that you're doing things properly. So, we don't create any wildlife program where you can go in and where you can touch or hug the animals because that's not great for them. We don't do ride on animals or bathing. and there's no animal performances. So, that when you go on a dolphin expedition with us, it's wild swimming with dolphins, or it's, observing them on a boat ride when you go like in Cano Island, and you will see the animals in their natural habitat, which personally, I think it makes it that much better. So for me, being a B Corp, it's it's really about getting and meeting local communities. It's about staying in local accommodation, which is a lot more characterful. So you know where you are when you wake up in the morning. You're not staying in a big chain hotel. And it's about creating positive impact as you go, which is obviously better for the travelers, better for the communities, and better for the destinations. So this is something that runs through all of our trips. It's not an add-on, it's everything we do to design our holidays. So those are the kind of 6 elements to help you sell experiential holidays. This is quite difficult because normally when I talk to people, I do it 2 ways. So I'm going to finish off this and then let you guys kind of come in with any questions. But just to kind of, most of you will know this, there might be some of you on here who don't know about us, but how we help you create experiential trips is that we combine 3 things. We focus on 3 things. All of our trips start with the authentic experiences that are unique to the place that you're visiting. And then it's about creating unique stays that are part of the journey and making sure that all of this is available. You're not going on a group tour. You're doing this for your customer group. There could be a private group, but it's for your customer groups. So authentic experiences. These are experiences created by local people, and they change because they are there. They live there. It might be cooking with a local family. It might be horse riding with a gaucho in Patagonia, or meeting a Sami reindeer herder in Lapland, or just tasting delicious street food with the local, which is what I was telling you about in terms of orientating yourself to the city. These are the moments that the clients come back and talk about. So we start with the experiences. We then pair it with the local unique stays. So as an example, one of the places I stayed in Vietnam, we went to Sapa and we did a walk, and it was amazing because most people do a 2-hour or 4-hour round walk, whereas what we did with the locals is we walked for an hour and a half, we stopped for a pineapple drink, we then walked for an hour and a half, and we had lunch, and I walked for an hour and a half. There was no way we could come back. So right there in the middle of the paddy fields was the most amazing would-be homestay, but I think we should describe it as a B&B because you're not walking into somebody's home. They've just built it and they live on site there as well, and they make the local food. And it was an amazing, amazing little place with a bedroom and a bathroom en suite, and then an upstairs terrace that looked out over the most amazing views in Vietnam. And it's these kind of things that really are part of the journey. So, you've seen on here, I don't think I can show it again, but luxury safari camps in Tanzania, jungle rafts in Thailand, glamping tents in the trees in Costa Rica, and of course, what most people know us for, the glass roof cabins in Lapland. These aren't just places to stay, they're part of the experience. And finally, private flexible journeys. These are for clients who want all the benefits of a touring holiday without traveling as part of a group. They are expertly planned by the locals with the freedom to travel at their own pace and also adapt it as you go along. So I'm going to just finish off with a summary of where we go. I've given you the kind of philosophy behind what we do, and hopefully some hints and tips in terms of how you can better sell it. We offer journeys in more than 30 destinations across the world, but they all have the same philosophy. And interestingly, we have had customers who've come back and said, I've been to Costa Rica. I love the way you did that. Can you book us a trip for Vietnam or India or Thailand or whatever? So We have 3 collections. Arctic breaks are our premium winter experiences and destinations like Lapland, Finland for outside of the season, not just for Christmas, like a puppy. It's not just for Christmas. Norway and Iceland. We've got private and flexible journeys like Morocco, Sri Lanka, private itineraries that combine iconic sites with hidden gems and distinctive places to stay. And then we have our special interest collection, small group holidays centered around a shared passion. So that might be jewelry making, cooking, painting, photography, or wellness, where you can pull together. They stay in a really lovely, could be a farmhouse or a castle that's part of the experience. And we pull it all together from you. So wherever your clients want to go, it's the same way that we help you sell it will remain exactly the same. So I'm going to finish off before I hand over to Manisha. We've tried to make the process as straightforward as possible. And also, we've just had a little bit of investment. We're constantly building new technology to make things easier. We're working with AI that we're bringing into the system. So we're working alongside it, not fighting it. But this is to help you make it really easy to book complex itineraries. So you start by downloading or finding one of our locally designed land-only itineraries from the website. They're ready to share with your clients straight away. You can add your own contact details. You can download the PDFs, add your name, your telephone number, your email, your logos on it, and send it off to your customers. Decide to do it in partnership with us or take the logos off. It's up to you. The next step is to get the itinerary right. If it works as it is, great. We can just sell as many of these. If your client wants to tweak it or tailor that, we can do that for you as well. And once the land arrangements are agreed, either you can add flights or we can package it for you. I often get asked whether we're similar to a local DMC, and in some ways we are, but I think there's difference because we work with the fantastic local partners on the ground to bring together these combination of authentic experiences, unique stays, and private journeys. The itineraries are complete. We have a selection for you to start with to inspire your customer, and then you can take it from there and adapt it as you need it. So rather than starting from scratch as a tailor-made, you've got something to start with. Think of us as your destination partner, giving you ready-made inspiration with tools to inspire your customer, local expertise, and the flexibility to tailor every journey around your client so you can do what you do best, which is manage the relationship with your client so they keep coming back for more. Great partnership. So quick summary in terms of what we've just gone through, why it matters, why you can differentiate yourself through experiential travel and make it a lot more valuable than any AI can do. The 6 steps: know your customer, inspire them, break down misconceptions, sell the best time to go, which often is shoulder season, so it's not really packed and touristy. Provide local access and make sure that you're selling the benefits of sustainability, not the jargon. And then we've got the tools and the support to help you pull it all together. So I'm going to hand over to Michelle now, who's going to talk about those tools.
Thank you so much, Carol. So guys, just want to say I hope that you found that as inspiring as I have, and I know this stuff already, but to hear it all again and to see it all, very insightful. Love hearing the stories and the misconceptions, the practical ways to overcome them. So hopefully you found that great. So I can see the reactions coming through now. So thank you so much. So and also from a personal note, I've been lucky enough to, experience Sri Lanka myself earlier this year. So I can absolutely advocate for, the power of immersive travel. It's not just something we talk about, it's something that we genuinely do live and breathe. And it does make the world a difference when you're talking to your customers about it. But for you guys to help you inspire those customers, we want to make selling experiential travel as easy as possible. We know that you may not be an expert in every single destination, but it's about having those right tools to make it really easy for you to feel confident in selling it. even if somewhere is new to you. So next slide, Carol, it's just some little pictures and imagery you'll see. But we've got our Agent Hub. So do check our Agent Hub out because there's tons of ready to share content on there. And I alluded in the comment section as well. We've got tons of videos, tons of imagery, some ready-made reels that you can literally just download in seconds and upload to really inspire your customers. It's all about what Carol was saying, inspiring them to, create a bit of FOMO that they've not been somewhere they should be there. So there's tons of that to support you. We also have an ability on our website. If you find an itinerary, you can click on marketing tools and then you can actually download that PDF. And then in the Agent Hub, you can actually also add your logos. It can all be personalized to you and your customers. So that's great for you when you're sharing it out. So what we're going to do is we're actually filming some videos later today, which will be on our Facebook group. So if you can next slide, Carol. You can actually just, if you're not already on our Facebook group, scan the QR code to join, and we'll pop some videos on there. So if you're not familiar with how it works or you want some support on it, there'll be some really quick 30-second videos to show you how you can download these PDFs, how you can personalize them as well. And just to say, the fact that, authenticity is everything to this brand and for us not in the guidebook. So most of the images and the videos that you see are actually taken by the team. So, when we
Customers and hosts, so
yes,
not just us,
yes,
all of them. And if you guys have them and share them with us, we can share them around with other people as well.
exactly. So all the trips that we've been on, that our customers have been on, that our hosts send to us. So where possible, we try not to use stock imagery. So what you are going to be sharing with the customers is real lived experience. It's not super polished. It's that raw, authentic experience that makes people feel like they are actually there. So, and it's very easy to get in touch with our team. There are social channels there, but as always, you can call our team. You can talk with us on live chat on our website, and that is actually our team. It's not a chatbot. And then also you can email us at hello at nitgb.com as well. Then the next slide should bring up our incentive for you guys. So if you aren't already aware, we've got our Summer of Stories campaign, which is running now until the end of August. This is all about showcasing to you what we talked about, the real stories, the real from our hosts, and those real moments. So by joining us today, you automatically all get one entry into the prize draw. So well done for that one. But if you complete our quiz, if you scan this QR code, which hopefully you should all get full marks after watching today, you will get another entry into the prize draw. And that prize is for you to win £2,000 towards your very own holiday with us and not in the guidebook. So do have a look and do get scanning and completing that quiz. And good luck to you guys for that as well. And then a couple of little bits to share. The next slide, Carol. Just wanted to touch on, if you haven't already seen on our socials, there's a couple of limited time offers that are running until the end of this month. So we've currently got £100 savings on selected itineraries in Sri Lanka and 15% off until the end of the month on our cooking holiday in Tuscany, which leads me very nicely into the next slide. We're actually running a trip to experience our food and wine tasting itinerary in Tuscany this September. So we're giving you guys opportunity to actually apply to join us. There's a limited number of spaces, but we'd love to get as many of you as possible to join us. So scan this QR code. Let us know why you deserve to join us out here, whether it will benefit your customer base, and hopefully we can see you in September. So full details are on this QR code. I'll leave it up there just for a second for you.
The one thing I was just going to add is we went last year with 4 influencers and did some kind of filming, and they had an amazing trip where they were doing cooking and they did tours, and it was, it's not like a school, it's a real holiday, and it was absolutely amazing. And there were a number of travel agents who on the back of that booked private groups. So for things like hen parties, significant birthdays, it's something where people can say, actually, I'm going to book 6 or 8 people and take a group out there. And there was one agent who actually booked 10 customers, and it paid for her to go along with them. So she did a hosted trip. So the things like that you can think about too.
Fabulous. And I mean, the itinerary sounds incredible. It's 4 nights. You get actually learn how to cook some Italian food, but also go and visit some vineyards and do some wine tasting as well. So absolutely do apply. And then the final slide, it's just another QR code. We love a QR code here. If you joined a little bit late, you haven't confirmed your attendance for your chance to be entered into that £2,000 prize draw, please do scan that QR code. Just need to do it once. And I think it's left to say is a massive thank you for joining us this 45 minutes.
Questions?
And any questions? So let's have a little look through the chat bot. We know we've been answering some as we've been going through, but let's have a little look through from the top here. And if guys, if anyone's got any questions, you can yeah,
Come
we
off
can
mute.
come off mute. We can talk to you. Let's have a quick look here. Lots of lovely comments saying how informative that was. So thank you so much. Let's have a quick look. There's a question about horse riding. I did see that earlier. Let's have a quick check of that. Yes, so Sarah, you've said you mentioned no ride-on experiences, but you do offer riding holidays. I'm looking to understand suppliers for horse riding experiences.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. No riding where riding is not okay for animals.
Yeah.
That's that's what I meant by the kind of sustainability. But yes, horse riding is something that the Tuscany, we have at Tuscany and we have in Mallorca. And I know
Yeah,
that Debbie went for the
yeah,
first time. In fact, I did horse riding for the first time in Patagonia. Again, that was one of my challenges to myself for this of my 60th year. I've got 60 challenges. So we do that. And we have two, I think, at the moment. It's in Tuscany and one in Mallorca, and they're for either beginners or more advanced trips. And they generally are either 4 night short breaks or a week.
yeah.
So, and if
And
there's any other questions that you've got, like just email us at agents@, and we can come back and speak to you specifically.
yes, and have a look on Facebook. Lots of videos from when Debbie was there a few weeks ago. Bookie is asking, wonderful, I'm inspired. I'd like to know how you meet your partners and build relationships with them. Assuming you mean the ones out
The
in the
local
country you work
hosts.
with.
Actually, it's really interesting, but and I get asked this all the time. So we get recommendations. When we started, I remember we were at the WTM and we had a stand for sustainability, and we were the only ones there. This was like probably just at 2019. And a lot of the hosts would come to us saying that they want to share their activities, and then we would interview them. But right now, as it's grown, we get recommendations from other suppliers, from travel agents, we get from tourist boards that they're sort of introductions and referrals. And then we meet with the local hosts, whether it's online or whether it's in person at trade shows and events. And we interview them. We have our product team who will go through what our guidelines are in terms of code of conduct for how they work, what's really important to us, the red lines of where we will not accept, activities like the things I was telling you about in terms of wildlife. We talk to them. Oh, we were just, for instance, I'm trying desperately to get hold of a supplier we've been working on this for about a year for Japan, and we hadn't found somebody that we like who will actually fit our values. And it's really important that we don't launch a destination until we find the right partner. I think we might have found the right partner actually yesterday.
Exclusive there, guys.
Yeah,
That is an exclusive.
I'm really hoping that we've actually found, we're waiting for them to come back with a load of vote, but they were absolutely spot on. And the interesting thing was, how we're talking to them about not just wanting to go to Kyoto, Tokyo, and Osaka. We want to go to places where people really do get under the skin of place. So yes, they'll want to go to those three key places, but where else can we take them so that when they're going to the cherry blossoms, they're not just going to the touristy spot, but they're actually going in other places in Japan that would
Yeah.
really help them to see this, but see it in a local way, combining hidden gems with the iconic places to go. So for us, that's part of the introduction and the vetting of local hosts and also their experiences. And then what we do try to do is it's been tough as a small company, but we've been doing more and more where we go and visit and experience their activities. At least one of us going out and seeing the kind of accommodations and taking part in the experiences. I think Debbie is going to our Mexico host this summer, so going with her family. So you'll see lots of content about that as well.
I think that just demonstrates how seriously we do take it. It's, for us as a business, it's not just, something we see online. It's like we have to actually know them. So your customers are really taken care of.
Well,
Mm.
thank you so much.
Anisha, can I just pick up on one
Wonderful.
question, Carol? I think it'd be great for you to answer.
So it's from Travel Better, and she's asking, do we do tailor-made trips for clients, or do we provide the tour and the highlights that are incorporated? So I think it's important for everyone to know that we do the whole package. It's
Yeah.
not just the highlights that we sell.
No, so we're quite modular. So most of the itineraries that we do will be the entire package. So within something like, I'm just thinking of ones that I've done now, Costa Rica and Panama, I was asked by a travel agent to combine it. We do it packaged with flights. We do the whole Costa Rica itinerary, plus we've added on the Panama bit. And the transfers between all of the transfers, all of the experience as a total package. And this was starting with one of our itineraries as an inspiration, but a lot of this, was, I think it's more than a tweak. It was tailor-made because we created the itinerary for them. So we do tailor-mades, but most of our tailor-mades we start with what we know. So we won't do a tailor-made in an area that we don't know. As an example, we will be very honest with you and say, actually, this is not something we do. But where we work, in the destinations we work, we start with our inspirational itineraries, we can tweak them. And if a customer comes to you and says, actually, I've got something, which we often have had, here, we've got this on ChatGPT, can you match this itinerary? And we'll go, sure, we can. And when we speak to the local host, we go, show us what they've done and now give us something better. So we do that as well. We will create tailor-made itineraries. But what I was going to say is we're also modular. So a number of people might say, actually, what I want to do is we don't do big all-inclusive hotels. We're not judgy. If your customer wants that, that's absolutely fine. But the part of the trip that we'll do for you will be the local host, the local itinerary, the unique stays, and then you can bolt on a 7-night all-inclusive hotel in Cancun if that's what your customer wants to do. Does that answer the question, Victoria?
Yeah, no, fabulous. Thank you. I just thought it was important. There's a couple of people that asked that sort of similar question. So I thought
Yeah.
I'd
Any
just
others
interrupt
that
and
you
bring
can
that up.
spot?
We've got one here, Charlotte asking about packaging with flights. So yeah, Carol did touch on this. So if you're able to dynamically package, you can do that yourself and package it yourself. You can, with our team, just book the whole package with us, including the flight. So that's an option. Or alternatively, you can book as well with a tour operator that we work with as
Which
well.
are which are
We've got Jet Set, JTA, Gold Medal,
Travel pack.
Major, Travel Pack. We've got quite a few on there. So usually your favorite tour operator is able to work with us.
And often what I would say, especially with Lapland, if you're talking about that, is come and talk to us first because,
Yeah.
we'll just make sure that we know that we've got the availability for the accommodation. We can kind of help you create the tour, and then we can send that through to Incredible Journeys or whoever, Gold Medal, blah, blah, blah. But, we can help you actually design the trip first.
Yeah. And yes, we can do it without flights. So Emma, we don't have to book the flights. We can do the land only holidays.
As well, yes. A couple more questions coming through. Can you do a no flights? Emma just put that through. Yes, we can. Just covered that. Perfect. Billy B, this might be one for you, Carol, says, are there any destinations you think are going to become more popular for experiential travel in the future?
Well, there's loads that I really want to do. And as I said to you, for me, it's really important getting it right. But I do think, the Silk Road, the areas in Eastern Europe, Albania, the kind of places like Azerbaijan and all those places are really interesting. I think will become, as people do it, I think people want to explore. There are places like Canada that I think will be amazing. What governs our choice as to where we expand? First of all, we do it slowly, as I said, because we want to get the partners right. We want to vet the experience so that that the trips, we're not just kind of bolting it on. We are looking at the best trips to do in the area. So we do it slowly, slower than I'm quite impatient, slower than I want to do it. But, we've got to have the team to be able to do it. I think where we focus is on, and I think this is where we work together well with travel agents as partners, is where people can't do it themselves. So there are areas that people will get more experiential and then they'll just go off and do it on booking.com and book a day trip here and there. And that's not what we're interested in. And so where we're focusing in is the areas that people want to have the local not hand holding, but some of it is more hands-on, some of it is less hands-on, but being able to have access to local people who really get you immersed in the destination.
Perfect. Are there any other questions? I think we may have covered everything. Are there any others coming through? Um, don't think. I think I might have covered it. Lots of lovely comments, guys. So a massive thank you. Really appreciate you guys taking the time out, leaving the lovely feedback, and hopefully you're going to leave this feeling confident and feeling very inspired. And we will follow up with an email with some marketing tools for you, as well as this recording as well. Any final words for you, Carol, before we
I
call
would
it?
just say, no, all I would say is if there's any stuff that you want, please do let us know. If there's anything that we can help you in terms of marketing tools, please do get in touch. You can communicate via agents at or come on to live chat. But yeah, just try and get out there and use the videos and that to inspire your customers, to get them to think more broadly, so that the more you do that, the more they'll come to you to kind of pull it all together.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see them on your socials. Give us a little tag if you do sharing so we know that you are posting them. We'd love to see them. But a big thank you for
Thank you
your
very
time,
much.
guys. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a good
Take
day.
care.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.